Welcome back to my channel. Absolutely brilliant news for me and a really nice gift from Engwe electric bikes. This bike's going to save me a lot of aggro locally for my lure fishing. I'm not even going to drive there unless it's absolutely tipping down with rain. This bike will save me lots of aggro for dangerous parking. I can now travel around Poole to different marks using this bike. Let me just turn my phone off, put it on silent, because every time I film my phone goes off. This is a 1000-watt M20. I've literally took it out of the box at work because the box is quite big, so I've not unwrapped any of it yet. Everything's still in its boxes. There's a little bit of assembly. What I'm going to do is put it onto a time lapse. You don't want to see me sitting here figuring out how to do this. I'll get it onto a time lapse. We'll get into this video and then I'll be test riding this bike. I'll be going down to my coast just to shake it down, make sure it's all tight. Let's get into this video. Let's get this push bike going. What I've quickly done, got myself a pair of side cutters. This is the quickest way to do this. Sides down there. Everything is well packaged, like really well packaged. Nothing's going to get damaged at all. Spare wheel. That's the front wheel. I'll cut this packaging off and then we'll get it into a mode where I can do this. But what you do get, you get your twin light setup. I absolutely love this twin light setup. You've got your front mud guard and obviously you've got your charger and everything in there. 2 battery packs there. I'm going to put you on fast. Let's get into this video. Otherwise I'm going to be all night and it'll get dark and then we won't see anything of what we're doing. Just a little quick peek. Just get that wrapping off. The bike's seriously well wrapped. Right, in the box, left and right pedal, rear wheel, another spindle there, spanner kit, and that's the charger. I don't need the charger at the moment. So what I'm going to do now, get the toolkit out, I'll get the Allen key out, and we'll get those handlebars on. But check everything is tight on these bikes before you go out, or make sure you take the toolkit with you. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to pan you around to the front. We'll get these handlebars on. I'll try and show you the best I can. Four bolts on the handlebars. That's going to be a bit long-winded, but what I'll do is I'll start with the handlebars and then obviously I'll go with the mud guard and the rest. So I think the easiest way to do this is put this back onto a time lapse so I can take my time, make sure this is all correct. This is a really well built bike. I'm a welder fabricator as my trade. The welds on this bike are pretty sweet, and it's very rare for a welder to say somebody else's welds are good. Paint's beautiful. It's what I asked for, a black one. That's what they asked me a colour choice. I like black, but also the white looks really nice as well. I'll just get this clamp off and then we'll just get it time lapsed. So basically get the bars up. Beautiful fat bars as well. I might have to, I'm going to have to take that other bolt right out, take the clamp right off. Sometimes you can pivot the clamp, but these are real fat bars. in the like motocross style. And what I'll do is I'll just quickly pinch those. Pinch that one bolt in there, but make sure you do the bolts evenly. Don't just pinch it right up thinking, oh, that's it, because what you could probably do is you'll have one bolt which has pinched the whole clamp, and it will come loose without a doubt. Right, I'm going to put you onto the time lapse, guys. Let's get this bike built. Just get onto the wheel assembly now. So as you look at the front of the bike, the wheel spacers are the big spacer on the left hand side and the small spacer on the right hand side. Then what you do is you get the wheel locker. That's next. Pop that on, pop the washer on and pop the nut on. Now I will warn you, the wheel spinner was very tight to get the one they use for packing out, so you might have to use your own socket set or toolkit. And what you do is you do exactly the same this side. You put the locker on and it locates into a little hole, and what it does, it stops the wheel jumping out. If anything happens, it will stop the wheel coming out. And all you do is just make sure you've got a nice even amount of stud. So what I'll do is I'll back that off. Just back that off a little bit and I'll tap it through with rubber. You don't want to hit it with hammer because it will damage the thread. But what I've already got my socket set out. 15mm socket. I'll just quickly tweak that one. Tweak that one. Right, front wheel done. But what I did first, I put the mud guard on first. I don't want to film too much because it will take a lot of time and a lot of time lapsing. So front mud guard, one bolt there, and you've got one bolt either side there. So put your mud guard on first, makes life a bit easier when you put the wheel on straight afterwards. Side stand I've already bolted up with a 6mm Allen key. So the side stand's already on. The bike's now stable. Pedals are on, they're all nice and tight. So what I'm going to quickly do is get the lights out. I did notice for a lot of people the brakes are the wrong way round. So the front brake is on the left. I'm old school. I like my brake on the left hand side, my rear brake, and I like my front brake on the right hand side. I'm going to quickly alter a few things and then I'll bring you back. What I have done now, I swapped the brakes around. I've rerouted the cables so they're not tight. The next install is the lights. This was quite easy really. But what you've got is you take the bolt out and the clamp comes off. Now you've got two rubber mounts on here. So the easiest probably way to do that is to slide those rubber mounts halfway down the fork leg. Clip the light in. Obviously filming and doing this at the same time is a little bit awkward. Yeah, this is not the friendliest. I think what I'm going to do to make life a bit easier for myself is pop that off. Obviously this is the first one I've done. Now I've got to try and get the bracket back out. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fully undo the clamp, mount the clamps, then pop the light back, position it, and then do them up. What I did notice, I thought the headlight clamps would go onto that rubber. They don't. The rubber's obviously just a stop at the top. So what you've got to do, put the bolt through, put the rubber spacer through, pop the light on, and then put the nut from the back, obviously get it all centralised, and then tweak. Obviously having big hands, small spaces, this is very awkward. So all I do is the wiring, I can sort that out afterwards, we can tidy that up, but what you do, I check my lights are central, like so. And then I tighten all the clamps up, and it's exactly the position I want them in. They do supply you tools, but I really suggest you get your own socket set and do it yourself. So what I'll do now is I'll put the 10mm spanner from the back and then tweak that bracket right up. But it's a bit weird why there's a rubber stop there. I really don't know what that's supposed to do. Make sure I'm nice and central. I'll tweak these bolts up now. Obviously I won't go too mad because I want to be able to centralise it as well. So it's a bit of a fiddly process, but you'll get there. It's only a matter of just tweaking stuff. Put the spanner inside. I won't tighten these all the way up. I'll just go enough so I can centralise everything and go from there. But it's not been too bad assembly. All I suggest is you do use your own tools, because these spanners are like cheese. So once I'm happy with that, I will now go back and tighten everything up. Right, to save time, the bike's now fully assembled. I've fully tested it around the garden. So I'll just run you quickly what I've done. I swapped the brakes over, rerouted all the cables there, so they're all nice and tight. Headlights nice and tight. Clamps there. I'll probably put a little bit more pressure on the tire, but she's twin battery. You have got compression on the telescopic forks on the upside downies. You can go for a total lockout, or you can go for compression. Rear is a wishbone, same as a motorbike, with a suspension strut there. I do see people do change these, but I'm not going to mess about with it. I'm happy with the bike as it is. Derailleur's all nicely protected there. Nice mud guards on there as well, back and front. So the proof's in the pudding now. We need to get this out. 7 speed. Press the power button, bike kicks in. But what I did notice, and I do like this, we've got the angel headlights there, but on the handlebars you have got the buttons, obviously for your main beams, which are the buttons there, and you've also got nice little horn button there. Obviously your power settings are there, gear changes are there. Right, happy days. Let's get and rip this bad boy down the road. Right, we're going out ready for the first test ride. I've got my mountain bike gloves, Safety first, guys. Got the helmet. Let's take this out for its first proper rip. Stuck that helmet in. But there she is. She's all ready to go. What I'll do is I'll record for a little bit, and then what I'll do, I'll add some music and we'll go for a little cruise. Right, hopefully this is not too windy. But here we go. Brakes are a bit squealy. Running on power setting 2. Go to power setting 3. That's better. Press the wrong power button there. Right, let's have a quick stop. Well, so far so good. Just trying to figure the dashboard out. Right, let's go. We're flying. Right, what I quickly do, turn the microphones off, let's get some footage with a bit of tune. Here we are. That literally took minutes from my house. Bike performed absolutely brilliant. The only thing I did change, I just changed the preload a little bit, just to make it a bit softer on the front. It was quite hard. But this has got me down here in absolute minutes. It would have took me longer to start the van and get off the drive before I was here. Nice bit of scenery as well. So, performed exactly like it says on the tin. Done a little bit of off-road as well, and it handles it quite nicely. I'll start heading home, and I'll do a nice little outro as soon as I'm back. Right, there we go. Nice little insight into the Engwe M20. Just so grateful to get it. Makes my life a lot easier for going lure fishing now. Rucksack on, rod in the back, off I go. No problems parking. I will put the link in the description. There will be a discount on this as well. So go check Engwe bikes out, guys. Absolutely brilliant. A little bit of fiddling with the tools. So get yourself a decent socket set. The rest is plain sailing. Obviously, typical bloke, there was an instruction book in the box. I just didn't see it. I thought I'm a man, I'll just get in, throw it together. I got there in the end. Absolutely fun taking it out for a ride. Carrying my fishing gear, it's going to be so easy. I literally left my house within less than 5 minutes. I was at that water's edge. Obviously I'll take a lock with me, I can lock the back wheel up wherever I go. Cheers for watching, guys, check it out, it's been fun, see you soon.